So in today's video we are going to be doing the viral technique with the dragon scale. So we're going to be using some gold mica, some white mica, some sapphire blue dye and the clear. So I'm just going to, I've already mixed my resin and I've let it sit to thicken up because this is better with a thicker resin for about 15 minutes or so. So it is quite warm, but I separated it into the 4 cups when I mixed it. So we have 4 cups here and I'm only doing 4 coasters. You've got 3 with 110 mils and 1 with 80 mils. So that's going to be the gold. I'll give this a quick wipe again. So it's a good idea not to mix your micas over your mould because that's what you end up with. Right, so this is the gold. So let's get rid of the mould while we mix this up. So I'm going to put a good, hang on, is that the gold? No, that's the gold there. So I'm going to put a good bit of mica in that. And then we're going to pop, there's the gold. So we're going to do white. So this is a pearl white. There's that. Then we're going to use the sapphire blue. So we want it quite dark but still transparent. Right, so I'm going to give these a good mix. Let's see if there's enough ink in this. So this is just a generic resin dye. And we see what colour it really is because it looks quite dark in the cup. But I always like to test to see how dark it is. Yeah, that's about right. Right, so there's the blue. And we've got the clear. And gold. So you need to really give your micas a good mix because I've often done a piece and then there's been sort of blotches of dry ink inside. So we're going to be pouring 2 layers of each colour. We're going to be doing the blue, then the gold, then the white, then the blue, then the white, then the gold, then the clear. If I remember correctly. Alright, there's that one. And this is the pearl white. Now this is beautiful if it works. I've had a few that have worked and then I've had a few that have been disastrous. So I'm using the Craft Resins Gold Mica and WTRCSV is the white. This white is quite good. I very rarely get any blotches. I've used some whites that don't necessarily disintegrate properly when you mix them. Right, just give this a quick mix again. Right, I'm ready to start. So like I say, I'm only going to do 4. Alright, so we're going to start off with the blue. We'll do these 4. So we want half of the blue across all 4 cups. And we need to wait for the blue to push to the edges. Right, let's help that along with a stick. Otherwise we'll end up with the different colour ring around the edge. So we're just pushing this out. So we only need a thin layer. Because we'll be using a second lot of blue. So making sure that it's all to the edges. And this one, and then we're just going to let the rest of them push themselves out. Let's put a little tiny bit more in each one. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, if you can hit the subscription button, it is completely free. But it just helps to push my channel out, as my channel is relatively new. Right, there we go. Right, so we've got the blue. Now we're going to pop in the gold. Then the white. Then the blue. And then we're going to pop the white on top of that. Then we're going to put the gold on top of that. And then we're going to go in with the clear. Just about made enough gold. So just going to pour the rest of the clear into the middle of these. Now this is quite thick at this point, and you can see how it's all mixing together at the minute. Just top the rest of this up. And I might pop some glitter in the middle rather than having that clear sort of, but I'm going to wait a bit before I do that. So I'm just going to wait for this to do its thing. You can see it's all mixing in, and hopefully we're going to have some beautiful dragon scales. We've got some blue stones here, so I'm just going to pop some of them in the middle in about, I'd say about 10 minutes. And then I'll be back to demold. See you later. So this is the following day. We're going to demold the dragon scale effect coasters. So I'm just going to pop them out of the mould, and then we'll have a look at them one by one. So at this point I wasn't even sure whether they'd actually worked. So here's coaster number 1. Oh wow, oh look at that, oh how cute is that, oh and that one, and then blue stones, they look perfect in it. And there's just a little bit of transparency so you can see through the gaps. Might use a little less gold next time, and different colours, but yeah, this was just an extra that I did with what was left. But yeah, I am so pleased with how they come out. I'm Tony from Georgie's Gorgeous Gifts, and I hope this video has been helpful. Happy crafting, see you soon.